Oh, hi there. How are you? Sorry, I'm acting a little silly, playing the little air guitar because the world is in the upside down. It's in the upside down. If you watch Stranger Things, you know what I'm talking about. The world has gone mad. People are crying. My friends on Facebook are crying. Are you tired? Are you exhausted? We thought coronavirus was bad. The world has gone mad. So what I'm going to do today, my name's Taylor, by the way, Taylor Morgan. What I'm going to do today is we're going to set the clock back, okay? We're going to set it back to February, okay? And we're just going to pretend things are normal just for an hour. Just for an hour. Let's just pretend things are not nutso. Let's talk about restaurants. Let's talk about food. Let's do some games. Let's give away some gift certificates from localdines.com. Let's do that, okay? Because the world has gone mad and people are just, the blood pressure is boiling. Not to say that problems don't exist. They do. But the news and Facebook and everywhere you look, it just makes, I don't know, it just gets things boiling even worse. And people are right to be protesting, not the idiot protesters, not the people who threw bricks or whatever through the windows at Kapow on Clematis Street on Sunday night. No, not those people. Peaceful protesting is okay. But can we just get away from that even? Just for an hour, okay? Let's just pretend that things are normal. You know that commercial that's calm? Let's do calm for 15 seconds. Can we just be calm for 15 seconds? Just close your eyes and think about your favorite food. What are you thinking about? Mine's gnocchi. I'm thinking about gnocchi. When I think about comfort food, I think about gnocchi. Making it with my grandmother when I was 7 years old and getting flour all over the place, and I could never make it right. It would always like be goo, and it would turn out all gluey and stuff like that. But food brings me comfort, and hopefully it does you too. So we're going to just talk food today. We're going to have some great guests on. We have Rick Davis from CR Chicks. We're supposed to have Chris Sallen too, but he is stuck in traffic, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make the broadcast on time. We have Susan Klein from Ripe in Delray, and also Fit Foods Cafe in Boca Raton. She's got such an interesting story about how she lost 50 pounds and then out of that grew a business that helped other people lose weight by eating delicious, comforting, healthy meals. And we also have Edgar Aguilar on. He is the new owner for the past year, actually, of Skorpios 2 in Lake Worth, which was owned for over 20 years by the Gossas family. And so we're going to be talking to him. We'll do some trivia. We'll give away some gift certificates from localdines.com, and we'll just have some fun. So anybody there yet? Just wait. Just want to wait till we bring Rick on to anybody there? Anybody? Bueller? Is my hair big enough today? I like big hair. I know. I'm sorry. It's been just a really, really weird. My guests are probably thinking, am I really on this show? What is this stupid show I'm on? I'm looking for comments. Any comments or anything? Is anybody even watching? I don't even have my Facebook thing open yet. All right. I have a friend and somebody's calling me. Maybe someone's watching. Hi, honey. I'm doing my show now. It's 2:00 on Tuesday. Yeah, let me call you later. I'm on right now. Yeah. I answered the phone. Okay. Yeah, we're just, yeah, it's okay. Thank you. I will. Bye. That's, that's what happens when you do it live. The name of the show is Tayste Local. Anything goes. My name's Taylor Morgan. I'm the owner of localdines.com. As you probably know, as of last week, we were able to put restaurants back online on our online dining guide. It's a great dining guide, by the way, where so many people lately have been going, we want to support local now more than ever. We want to support local. And it's so funny because we've been saying this for 18 years, but now it's like really a bandwagon thing. So many Facebook groups have caught on, and everybody's, really rallying behind local business owners to make sure that they can keep their doors open after all the craziness that's gone on for the last 2 months. And we're there. We've been helping for many, many years. So if you would like to not only help support local restaurants, but also save money at the same time, just log on to localdines.com. And there you can find menus and pictures and descriptions and video, and you can actually purchase dining certificates at a discount. And then you go to the restaurant and you use them. Most are valid for dine-in or takeout. So it's just a way for us to help local and help you at the same time. If you've been also affected by, have you gotten the unemployment check yet? The world is in the upside down. All right, let's see. Anything else I wanted to say? Oh, I have a friend in Washington, D.C. where things are. I mean, I was watching TV on Sunday night. I thought I wasn't supposed to talk about this crappy stuff. You know what? No, I have to, because I already started it. He has a restaurant in Washington, D.C., John Fulcino. I used to go to actually elementary school with him. And he actually owns 3 restaurants in Washington, D.C. Was just getting ready to open this week. And then all the unrest in Washington, D.C. happened. I mean, it's happening everywhere. So, like I said, I just want to take a break from it for just an hour and talk about something that might give you comfort, and that's food. So let's do that, okay? Judy says, my favorite comfort food. I'll take a lobster roll, please. Oh, okay. Yep, that's absolutely at the top, almost at the top of my list. Lobster rolls. Best lobster roll in South Florida. Anybody? I'll tell you one at the top of 2 that are at the top of my list. Lobster rolls in South Florida. And I'm talking about not sushi kinds of lobster rolls, but New England lobster rolls made with Maine lobster. Lola's Seafood. They have several different, several locations. There's one on North Lake in Palm Beach Gardens. There's one in Tequesta. There's one up on the Treasure Coast. Great lobster roll and a great side salad with this orange citrus dressing. Wonderful. Another great lobster roll, the Dive Bar in Jupiter. It's not a dive bar at all. I don't even know why they call themselves a dive bar, because it's right on the marina. It's absolutely beautiful, but they have a fantastic Maine lobster roll as well. Anybody else know where you can find a great Maine lobster roll? See, I don't want to bring Rick on until we have, a couple people watching. You know what I think? I think people have gone back to work. We started the show on April 28th when people were still in lockdown, and we were doing it at 2:00 in the afternoon. We may have to maybe come up with a different time, because I don't know. And there's Susan Peckinpah. Hi, Susan. King, Neptune, and Stewart. Maybe I should put my glasses on so I don't have to squint. King, Neptune, and Stewart, and the Cracked Conch. Where's the Cracked Conch? I don't know. See, I don't know the Treasure Coast that well. I really need to get up there more often, because Stewart is such a fantastic. Oh, I love Stewart. I really might make that my next home. We had a really great dinner at Nostalgia Greek and Italian Cuisine last Sunday. Was fantastic. Crack Conch. Anybody know where it is? I got to get up there. Someday I'll show you a picture of my lobster roll that we had at the Papanesset Inn in Papanesset, Cape Cod. That's a part of Falmouth on Cape Cod. It's a two-hander. I think it's a $32 lobster roll, but it's worth every single penny. So it's so good. All right, let's get going. It's 2:14 or it's 2. I don't know what the hell time it is. Why am I saying what time it is? I'm not like on the air or anything like on a radio station. But let's bring in our first guest so you don't have to hear me ramble. Crack Conch, not $4.99 Overseas Highway in Marathon. No, I don't. Yeah, are we talking about Marathon? Crack Conch. The cracked conch is a dish at King Neptune. Thank you, Susan. The world is in the upside down. All right. My first guest, well, they started a restaurant. I don't know if we have both of them right now or just one, but they started a restaurant in 1992. And it has been a place where I've gone for a long time. It absolutely became so popular that they now have 7 locations. And before we get Rick on the on camera, let's take a little behind the scenes tour of CR Chicks.
I'm Chris. I'm Rick. And welcome to CR Chicks. We started in 1992.
Both had the same beliefs, the same attention to detail, and we've never seen this attitude brought to I hate the term fast food environment, but more of a gourmet food in a hurry environment. So we put our heads together and came up with CR Chicks. Our chicken is special because we have a one-of-a-kind rotisserie. It's an open rotisserie. Our fire cooks at 550 degrees, but as the rotisserie turns, and because there's no fire to the front of the rotisserie, the chickens have a chance to rest, so they don't superheat the way they would in a closed box.
The wood-fired rotisserie means that when you eat our chicken, it has a smoky flavor. We marinate ours in a light barbecue sauce. We put a little bit of lemon pepper in the body cavity, and when it rotisserizes, those flavors mix with the flavor of the chicken, and it just tastes really good.
We use all non-chemically treated birds, so we let the chicken be the chicken. We only enhance its flavor.
What we do is we make everything from scratch. We make our own desserts. We make our own sauces, we make our own dressings, we make our own bread every morning. And because of that, first of all, we know what's in our food. And secondly, it tastes so much better.
Our chicken Caesar has to be one of the best you'll have anywhere. It's made with fresh anchovies, with fresh hand-peeled garlic, highest quality olive oil. We bone the chicken right off of a hot chicken, right off the rotisserie.
The smoked chicken, we take the chicken from the rotisserie, we cut it up, and then we toss it in a sugar brine, and we actually smoke it over hickory or mesquite wood chips, and that's the chicken that you get in your smoked chicken pasta, which is our most famous dish.
One of the items we feature at CR Chicks is a chicken breast sandwich. Chris spoke earlier about how we make our own bread. It's made fresh every single day. We use only vine-ripe tomatoes, crisp lettuce. And when we assemble a sandwich, you put a little bed of mayonnaise on each side. So when you finish it, you have to look at the guy across the table or the girl across the table from you and say, that has to be the best damn chicken sandwich I've ever had.
And let's bring him in right now. Rick Davis from CR Chicks. Oh, and both of you. We have Rick and Chris. Yay!
Chris made it. Yeah. I only got pulled over twice.
Oh my God. No. Hey, you guys, we filmed that from Local Dines back in 2012. You guys haven't changed.
Oh, thanks.
I think we're on opposite sides right now. That's it.
So how are you? How are things going over there at CR Chicks? Which one are you at right now?
We're at the Aguilar location when we opened up a couple of years ago.
Uh-huh. And one of the questions that I wanted to ask was, well, first of all, best damn chicken sandwich ever. I love that. And I love what you said about, because you guys were so far ahead of your time. Gourmet, it's not fast food, it's gourmet food in a hurry, right?
Correct.
And now, like, it's all the rage. Healthy food, gourmet, done well, like chef inspired. But you guys were doing it back in 1992.
Yeah, way before everybody else. And
Yes.
they do it as good as us. I'm not kidding.
Pioneers. Now, how did you guys meet?
At Charlie's Crab in probably 86 or so, 85. I worked for Chuck Muir out of college, and then I worked in Detroit, and then they transferred me to Palm Beach, and I worked all through Palm Beach, and then Rick became the regional chef in Florida, and that's how I met him. And then I became the general manager at Palm Beach. Rick and I used to do cooking classes. He used to do the cooking classes. I would just help with setting them up, and that's how we got to meet, and that's how it happened. So.
Wow. Well, I used to live on the island, and Charlie's Crab and Chuck and Harold's were two of our favorites.
Yeah, I worked at Chuck Harold. I knew all those people.
Yeah. Oh. And then
It was a different time, wasn't it?
it was a very different time. It was a different time, even from like last January, different time. The island was like, it was really cool back then. Like I called that back in the day.
Right.
You know, remember the Mandarin was there?
Oh, yeah.
We should do a whole reminiscing of West Palm Beach and Palm Beach shows.
West Palm Beach did nothing back then.
West Palm Beach didn't go west of Military Trail back then.
What's that?
West Palm Beach didn't even go west of Military Trail back then.
No. In the city, there was nothing. So.
Rob Russell is saying that CR Chicks is his favorite chicken sandwich and the best gazpacho. And that's what I was just going to get to. The gazpacho, did you kind of like copy the recipe from Chuck and Harold's?
It's eerily similar, isn't it?
That came from Charlie's Crab. I talked to Chuck before I left, and he was like, "Hey, if you guys want to do it, you know." And he gave us the permission to do it. And he was a really good friend of both Rick and mine, and he knew that we didn't adulterate his recipes in any way.
And one of the other things that I think you borrowed, which was brilliant, was the bread.
Yeah, the bread, the Caesar salad, the tomato sauce. And there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think that
I
bread.
didn't realize that because I was so familiar with those restaurants, and then when I went to CR Chicks, I knew that the gazpacho and I knew that the bread were very similar, and I was so happy to find those things like in a fast food, gourmet food in a hurry kind of environment.
There was only one difference, is that ours was like a third of the price of Charlie's.
Well, that's what I mean.
Griffo was the general manager of Chuck and Harold's. He said, "You guys are killing me selling that smoky at." I think we started selling it like $5.75.
$5.75.
And he was charging like probably back then $16 or something like that.
Wow, and that was expensive.
And we always use Locatelli Romano cheese. And even today, when I go into Italian restaurants and they have that Parmesan cheese out of the can, I just go, "Are you kidding me?" You know, here we are selling $5.75. Now I think it's around $10 or $11, and we still use the best ingredients that we can get. And
that's for the smoky.
Yeah,
That's a smoked chicken.
yeah.
pasta.
Well, the Locatelli goes on all of our salads and our pastas.
For people who don't know, the smoky the smoked penne pasta is your most popular dish, correct?
I would, that
It is. It's
the
our
breast
single
sandwich
most popular.
and our cookies.
Overall, we probably sell more chicken than anything because kind of that's what we do.
Right.
But for a specialty dish, it's especially for parties, caterings, everyone loves it. So
Every time I come in, I'm sitting there, because I'm always on the diet, so I'm always doing it Willie style. And who the hell is Willie?
What's that?
I said I always do my chicken Willie style, and who the hell is Willie? Willie style is when you take the skin off.
correct. Yeah.
Why do you call it Willie?
Years and years ago, there was a police officer, Willie T. Green, in Palm Beach Gardens, and he came in every day, and he always asked to take the skin off. So, first reprinting of our menu, we put on there, order it Willie style, as kind of a tribute to Willie. and it has, to this day, it's still Willie style.
Oh, that's great. Well, I always order mine Willie style because I'm always very weight conscious. But every single time I'm sitting there eating my skinless chicken with my salad and your amazing dressing, which I always take home some with me, everybody is in line ordering the smoky. I mean, everybody. It never fails. I'm like, why aren't they ordering the chicken? They're ordering the smoky. Maybe it's just, I don't know.
Dish. I mean, and it's all of our food's comfort food, but that's like one of the best comfort foods in the world. I mean, and then with the cream that we add to the sauce, it just makes it set on your tongue so nice. It's really good.
I'm gonna have to try it. I've never had it because I'm always weight conscious, so I'm trying not to. That's why I eat the no skin, but I love the skin is my favorite part.
Well, there's no skin on that smoked chicken, so at least you don't have to worry about that.
That's true. Okay, guess where I'm going for dinner?
I personally think one of the best meals, if you order a Caesar salad and then get a smoky and eat half the smoky, half the Caesar, it's plenty of food. The flavors are they're perfect together.
All your flavors are amazing. And we mentioned the bread and the bread that you use, like Rob Russell just said, the bread on that best damn chicken sandwich ever is that same bread that you would get over on the island. And it's a combination of that wonderful bread that you bake every day, right? At every restaurant?
Oh yes, every day.
Yeah.
And it's baked all day long. We don't bake it all in the morning. It's baked as we need it. So when you come in, it's fresh within probably the last 25 or 30 minutes right out of the oven.
And what is it that makes the chicken taste so great?
We start with a great chicken. And we just let the chicken be the chicken. We add seasonings to it to enhance the chicken, not to mask it in any way.
Okay.
It is very thin on the outside and it caramelizes on the outside of the chicken with the high heat of the rotisserie. So
I heard that your rotisserie is different than other rotisseries.
it is.
In what way?
It's an open box rotisserie. Most rotisseries are closed. There's glass doors. You can go to Costco. They have glass doors in front of it. So no matter where that chicken is inside the rotisserie, it's at 350 or 375 degrees. Ours are open, so you can stand out in front of the rotisserie the entire time the chickens are cooking if you want. Touch the chickens as they go around.
Right. Oh, wow.
You do that, but it gives the chicken a chance to rest. It gets away from the high heat so that it heats slower through the chicken, keeping it juicier and creating a more tender chicken.
Plus the wood. On the back adds a little bit of a smoky. It's not a smoked chicken, but it's a lightly smoked chicken, and the heat in the back is a lot stronger than most places.
Can you tell? After 26 years that we've been doing this, we're still excited about food.
And I love that. That's the passion, and that's the whole thing about local business owners. You guys are still there every single day. You're not off on your yacht. Do you even have a yacht?
Yeah, I just came by. I just worked lunch at our Wellington store. That's where I didn't know if I was going to make it. There was if anybody's listening, there's a huge thunderstorm over Southern Boulevard. You might want to escape from that section.
Here's something other people might not know too, is that I don't know if you're still doing it because you have 7 locations now, but you're actually making the tables and stuff at each location. You have a wood shop?
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
We, when we first opened, we had almost no money. Okay. And it makes you do things
which is not much different from now.
Yeah. Pandemic. It's been a little tough. Yeah, we haven't made much money in the last 3 months. But anyway, when you have to do what you got to do, and then Rick is a really good wood shop, fine wood worker, and I've learned a lot from him. And the two of us have been able to cultivate our talents to be able to make the counters, the tables, the beach chairs, the umbrella stands, and save a few bucks in the going.
That is so cool. So the next time you guys walk in, that everything was literally handmade with love. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we were opening our first restaurant 26 years ago, a neighboring restaurant came in and she saw that what we were doing because we were building everything. And she was so nice to say, well, if your restaurant doesn't make it, maybe you can go into building furniture.
Yeah. Yeah, it was built in Rick's garage at PGA National.
Yeah.
And that was stuff.
Wow.
But
Yesterday on my Facebook page, there was one of my friends, Barbara Massey, was saying, when are you going to open up a location in Boynton?
What?
we can't hear you all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, if we could find a spot, the most important thing in any opening a restaurant is not the location or building the thing. It's having the people to run the store, because that's the life and the blood and the strength of the store. And until you have that, and then you're very sure that that restaurant's going to be successful, then you've done it. Because we've done it every way possible. We've made mistakes, we've done great things, and we've screwed things up. And we know what, but even then, with all that knowledge, you can still screw it up. So, unless we have a really good guy, a lot of good people behind us, and the time to do it, we would do that. But I mean, Boynton would be good if you got the perfect location, but I don't really know what Boynton is.
Yeah. I mean, is this the right environment and the right time now to be
not at all.
The
Yeah.
new
I
location?
knew a guy right next to our village store. They opened up 2 months before this happened, and he's done. And we would have a little bit better of a chance just because people know our name.
Right. Was that the Vietnamese, the bubble?
I don't even know what they did. I mean, they were there so little. So
Yeah, I saw it. Oh.
yeah, it's going to be a real strange time going forward. We'll see what happens.
Also, we do look great, I know, but we aren't getting any younger either.
Did you think you'd be retired by now?
Why are we working we've worked really, really hard for 40 years. And, we still work really hard, but, there is time to have a little fun. And that's what we're looking forward to in the next few years, too. So,
Well, that's good, but
like Abacoa, it was the perfect location with the perfect people in the perfect market, and we knew it was going to be a success. But, we opened our Boca store 9 years ago. We thought it was a perfect location with great people, and we quickly found out it was the wrong location. We were incredibly busy at lunch. We did no dinners, and we tried 8 years to do it, and it just didn't happen, And I don't want that to happen again, because 8 years from now, I'm 70. Rick is older than that. And I don't know if I want to go through that. So it'd have to be a very, very basically idiot-proof move that we're going to make a really good restaurant. So.
yeah. Well, you're not that, Boynton's not that far from the West Palm Beach or the Palm Springs location. So come on, people. All right. I have a trivia question that I would like to ask to our watchers right now. Crystal, so everybody loves CR Chicks. Thanks, guys. Love CR Chicks. That's Crystal from Eat Palm Beach. Sean says Sean also wants another one in Boynton. And Ella Chick. I don't know if she's any relation to CR Chick, but she loves you guys too. Cassandra always gets the smoke penny. So here's a question for our watchers. And we have a $10 certificate to see any CR Chicks location you like, and that's from Local Dines. And you guys don't tell the answer, okay?
I probably don't even know the answer.
I think you will. The question is, and this is going to be whoever answers right first will get this $10 certificate to any CR Chicks location they want. 7 locations in South Florida. What does the C and the R stand for in CR Chicks? We'll see if Ruby's going to keep her eye on the answers. What does the C and the R stand for in CR Chicks?
I know.
I think we got one. Yeah!
All right, Bruce. Good job.
Do you know Bruce? Do you know him?
We
No.
do now.
I recognize him, I think. Yeah.
Bruce Heist, congratulations. We're going to get in touch with you after the show, and we'll give you a $10 gift certificate to any CR Chicks from localdutch.com that you want to go to. So for people who don't know who have...
Oh, you gives us a $10 gift certificate, Fran?
That's all we have. You want to make it a 20?
Yeah, make it 20. What the hell?
Okay.
At least you can get something to eat with that. $10 is these days. That's tough. And there's a pandemic going on, you know.
Okay, how about we do 2? No, we can't do 2 because they already know the answer. We'll make sure Bruce gets taken care of. Okay, we'll put it like that. We'll make sure Bruce gets taken care of.
Okay, all right.
Because we met about 6 months ago. I don't know if you met us, me, or you guys, but anyway, he's the winner. Yay! So name off the location for anybody who has not yet been to a CR Chicks. You want to get the freshest chicken, the best ridiculous chicken sandwich, and that dressing is so good. I ended up getting a thing and taking it home.
The honey mustard one?
Is that yes. So good. So tell me the locations so everybody will know, just in case they don't.
We have one in Palm Springs, which is Forest Hill and Congress, one in Wellington on South Shore Boulevard, Village Boulevard, one in Village Boulevard, North Lake Boulevard, which is just west of 95 in the Public Shopping Center, PGA, which is on Prosperity and PGA Boulevard in that center, and Abacoa, where we're at right now, which is Central and Donald Ross, and then of course our Jupiter store off of West Indian Town Road by I-95.
Wait, was that 8 or 7? That was 7.
That's 7, yeah, 7.
Lost
We're a
count.
commissary, but you can't come there.
Okay. And
You just can't get any food.
Yeah, you just see how we make everything
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
of course, just so people feel comfortable, your safety measures for this whole COVID mess are?
Yeah, they're required.
There you
Everybody
go.
has to wear them.
Yeah, we're the only 2 in the restaurant right now without a mask on.
Yeah.
But we're
You have to wear masks, you have to wear gloves, you have to go around every half hour to an hour and sanitize all the handles and all the areas that possibly people could touch. You got to be very cognizant of what other people are doing. You know, like if somebody gets too close to somebody, you have to ask them to back off a little bit, which is not a problem. And actually, I worked in Wellington today, and I would say 80% of the people still are wearing masks when they come inside. So
Okay. And
but
you're doing,
very aware of what's going on. You can see them. Actually, a lot of times you got to ask them to come a little closer because you can't hear them that well. But Rick's doing, and making these big sneeze guards that we've been putting up instead of plastic sheets, so that we can hear the customer or the guest better when they ask. Right. They tell us you order.
we had temporary barriers, plastic barriers up when this whole thing started. And we both feel this is going to be something going forward for a long time. So we're fabricating fairly sleek plexiglass shields that you can actually hear above and under, in addition to the sneeze guards that we've had in place since the opening of every store.
Yeah.
It'll protect our staff a lot better. It just gives more separation between the guests and our staff.
and people can order online, and you're doing curbside pickup. Is that correct too, as well as sign in for right now?
Well, we'll continue to do that. The response has been great. We've had online ordering for quite a while, but people would still come in and pick it up. Now they can go online, order, pay online, just call us as soon as they're outside, and we run the food right out to their car.
That's great. That's great. It's
And working very well.
always fresh, always delicious, always homemade. And okay, for each of you, last question. Chris, what's your favorite side?
The coleslaw.
The coleslaw.
Yeah, it's really good.
And
That's a crab recipe too. Nobody makes coleslaw like us.
I have never tried the coleslaw because I'm a Smashers girl.
I'm coleslaw, black beans and rice.
Ah, okay. So
Restaurants, if you have black beans and rice, I know we're probably running out of time, but they just cook rice and they open up a can of black beans. We put our black bean soup that has andouille, tasso, garlic, all kinds of stuff in it. That's what goes into
A
our
million
rice.
vegetables.
So the flavor is so intense. If you've never had our black beans and rice, try them next time you're in.
I was, you know what? I was watching something on PBS the other night, and it was, about how to eat more healthy and things like that. And this guy was talking about if you added beans to your diet every single day, you would add 4 years to your life every year that you do that.
I heard it was bourbon. And I've been trying really hard during this pandemic to extend my life.
I must have had beans in my ears. Of course, bourbon.
Yeah. I heard actually 8 years. That's what I heard. Just quote the guy.
Right.
Well, Rick and Chris, thank you so much for everything you've done and everything you've done for the community, over the last 26 years. Continued success. I'm so glad that you were able to make it out and all of the restaurants are intact after this horrific thing.
Yeah, they never weren't intact, so we were always there. We've never stopped. Absolutely.
Yeah.
A joke and a chicken sandwich. No, you never stopped. No, I know that.
There's no reason to. We were we were an essential business.
Mm-hmm. But some restaurants didn't know how to pivot. I mean, you guys, like I said, you guys you were way beyond your years. That's not it. You were further ahead back in 1992. I can't think of the word.
We were visionaries.
Yeah.
That's the word. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right.
Beans in my ears and beans in my brain. Anyway. Thank you guys so much. Take care, and I am definitely coming in for that chicken sandwich tonight with the skin.
Right. Have a little bourbon too. Bye. Bye.
I take care. CR Chick 7 locations. If you want to find them if you didn't win, I don't know how many other people said that. Rob says sliced cucumbers are awesome. Rick and Chris, Sandy, I'm sorry you got it wrong. Judy got it right. I mean, you got it right. Darlene got it right. Rob got it right. For Country Rooster, I like that one. Trudy Feldman thought that the C and the R stood for Country Rooster. If you didn't win, you can go on to my shirt is like going back on my neck. My God. Okay. Weird thing. If you didn't win, you can go on to localdines.com and you will find CR Chicks, all 7 locations. There's different pages for each restaurant, and you can purchase a $10 certificate. I think we have them for $3.99 or $5, something like that. Hold on, let me look. CR Chicks. We have $10 certificates, and you buy them for $5. So, hey, you want to save some money and support local? Go to localdines.com, right there on the screen. Thank you. Okay, so my next guest, I was talking about how, with Rick and Chris, how I like to eat healthy. I have had a weight problem my whole life since I was 16. Yo-yo. And it was always like a 20-pound thing. And then it became, when I got into in my 40s, it was a 30-pound thing. And when I was in my 50s, it was a almost 50-pound thing. And I woke up in February of 2018 and got on the scale for the first time in a year. And I cried. I could not believe what I had done to myself. And right there and then, I was just so sick of dieting. My whole life has been a diet. And it's all about, depriving yourself. Even though I had done everything, I mean, you name it, I did it. Something clicked in my head in February of 2018. And I went on Weight Watchers, and now I'm down 35 pounds. And what I did was I didn't deprive myself. Oh, I ate pasta when I wanted to eat pasta. Most of the time, though, if I wanted pasta, I would have something like spaghetti squash, and I would top it with a turkey bolognese instead of a beef bolognese that I would make myself to make sure that everything was good and my points were good and all that. If I wanted bread, I ate bread. If I wanted butter, I ate butter. The only thing I really did cut out, and this, I mean, people couldn't even believe it when I said I had gone 1 month, 2 months, 3 months without wine. I cut out wine. That made all the difference in the world. Of course, I started drinking vodka, but if you have a weight problem and you're still drinking wine and you can't figure out why you can't lose the weight, stop drinking the wine, drink vodka instead. Wine is full of sulfites. It gives you that bloated feeling. You have to drink like triple the amount of water to get rid of the wine weight. And once I stopped drinking wine, I found out that I could eat almost anything I wanted. I eat ice cream, I eat chocolates, but I don't eat ice cream. I eat Halo Top, which is the high protein ice cream. So you make these little changes, and then all of a sudden, little by little, you start to drop the weight. My next guest is Susan Klein. She did just that. Well, she was working with a trainer actually too, but she started making these healthy substitutions, and she lost 50 pounds. And I'm going to let her tell you how she grew that into a business. Susan Klein is the owner of Ripe in Delray and also Fit Foodz Cafe in Boca. Let's say hi to Susan now. Or not. Hi, Susan.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Well, thank you.
Let's talk about your story. 50 pounds.
Thank you.
How long ago was that?
I want to say about 2010. Long time ago. Definitely about 10 years ago. Sure.
Were you a yo-yo like me?
Always struggled with my weight. Always went up and down. And then, in 2010, my trainer approached me and said, you got to do this. You got to get back on track. You got to change your lifestyle. So that's exactly what I did. And it was great. It was hard at first, adjusting the way that I eat, working out all the time. I wasn't used to it, but the more you did it, the more you loved it, the more you got hooked. So it was great.
So how much of it was exercise and how much of it was changing your diet?
It was a little bit of both. At first, I started out working out, I'd say about 3 times a week. And then when I finished, it was over a 6-month time span. But towards the end, I was working out 6 days a week, and 2 of those 6 days were 2-a-days.
Wait, so, you lost 50 pounds in 6 months?
6 months, yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was really dedicated, and it was great. It was a really wonderful experience. So definitely got to change your thinking, just lifestyle.
Yeah, for me, it was like the no deprivation. Don't deprive, because I was always like, I can't have bread. Well, yes, you can. You just had the light bread instead. Or you now, in this day and age, you make bread out of cauliflower, or you make rice out of cauliflower. And that's what you did. And before we talk about how you did what you did, I want to read this too. This was on your Facebook. No, this is on your website. Everyone is asking me how I lost 56 pounds in 180 days. Well, the secret is out. Fit Foodz. It takes all the guesswork out of eating nutritious, healthy, and satisfying meals. It's actually less expensive than preparing your own foods, and the portions are perfect. It is the perfect fast food. Thank you, Sue and Chelsea, for taking good care of this Italian grandmother / mother who loves good food, and that was written by Lenore Cardinale. If an Italian grandmother can lose 56 pounds, anybody can. Reese is saying that you're amazing. She loves Fit Foodz Cafe and Ripe Delray. So tell me how the business came about because of the fact that you figured out how to live a healthier lifestyle.
Well, it was really great that a lot of people at the gym noticed my weight loss. So the owner of the gym had approached me and said, you know, hey, why don't you put a fridge in the gym? We'll sell food out of here. And then I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. Let me help others. So I ended up doing my research, got my insurance, rented a commissary kitchen, did everything I was supposed to do legally, put the refrigerator in there, and we started out putting food in the fridge once a week. And then I couldn't keep the food in there. So then
Wow.
put in there twice a week. And then from that led to more than 2 times a week. And then from that led to a website, to a Facebook page. And then I was like, oh my God, I have to open up this business for myself and teach everybody that instead of just eating grilled salmon and grilled chicken everywhere, you know, there's delicious food to be found. So it took off. And Fit Foodz, I just actually recently posted in 2011, I forget the exact date, but it came up that there was the brown paper in the windows, and you know, the sign had just gone up, and it was really exciting. I actually just shared that. I was like, oh my goodness, it's almost 9 years ago. So it just flew by. But yeah, it's just one thing after another, you know, great experience. And then from Fit Foodz led to Ripe about 9 months ago. So yeah, it's been a great ride.
Unbelievable. So tell us now we have some pictures of some of your foods. Now at the Boca Cafe, it's actually table service. Is that correct?
Right now, table service, 50%, yes.
Okay. And also you have a meal plan, which for me, I hate cooking. I'm actually kind of good at it. But it's just like the cleaning afterwards.
I'm here for. So
exactly. And the cooking.
We do the juices, the acai bowls, the meal plan. We got a little bit of everything for everybody. There's a lot of action in that.
And then at Ripe and Delray, that's more casual. You've got outside seating. Beautiful, beautiful building, by the way. But
thank you.
I mentioned before, I don't want to give up my pasta. Well, you know what? If you're on a weight loss journey, you have to make better bad choices. Right. So what would be your better bad choice if I want pasta and meat sauce?
Pasta and meat sauce. Well, that would be our #1 selling dish, the spaghetti squash turkey bolognese. Yes, and I just want to say that I'm the originator of that dish. Everybody now has spaghetti squash on their menu. Everybody now has zoodles. Any way that I could feel like I was eating a big bowl of pasta, any vegetable, any form of any kind of vegetable, put the meat sauce on there and let me feel like I'm eating something that's satisfying, comfort food kind of thing. Our selling Fit Foodz is spaghetti squash bolognese. It's amazing.
I'm going to show a picture of it right now. Ruby's going to throw that picture up if she can find it. Oh my God. You can even have double the amount of the spaghetti squash. That's spaghetti squash, not pasta, underneath that meat sauce.
Yes. And that's what's so great about spaghetti squash is when you take it out of the shell, it looks exactly like spaghetti. So that's a fun vegetable.
Oh, it looks so good. So what other things like now you opened in Boca in 2011. Now the millennials were just like 5 back then. I mean, they were so old. I know. This was like really before the whole healthy eating craze came about. Mm-hmm. That really only came about 3-4 years ago. So you were like Rick and Chris from CR Chicks. You were a visionary doing these healthy foods. Have you seen your business grow up until, whatever happened 2 months ago?
It was growing. Like I said, we've been open 9 years almost come this September, and people still are coming in there saying, oh, this is my first time here. And I'm like, really? It's weird when I hear it every time, but at the same time, it's like, I'm like, oh, awesome. Get in here. Let me tell you what we're about. And we go through the whole spiel of the menu and how we offer keto, paleo, gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian, all these different options, depending upon your lifestyle, of course.
Right. And were you doing gluten-free before gluten-free? Was it even a thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, because when I was changing my lifestyle, I tried to only consume anything gluten in the morning. I mean, my whole eating habits had to shift. I, made sure to incorporate oatmeal or any kind of grains in my diet for lunch, never for dinner. Always tried to stick with the lean proteins and veggies at night. Snacked on almonds and things like that. Better choices, of course.
Yeah, and Pizza is not off the menu, right? Pizza is not off limits. You just have to make a better choice.
No.
Talk about your pizza.
Correct. So here at Ripe, we do pizza. Yeah. Here at Ripe, we do pizzas, and we have a cauliflower crust, and we do a chicken crust as well. So it's a little different, little out of the ordinary for people, but the cauliflower crust is amazing. We do use a brown rice flour to help mold the pizza. But for those people who are on a keto diet, high in fat, very high in protein, we make a chicken crust pizza, which is amazing too. So
wait.
You know,
Nobody's ever heard of that.
It's
We've all heard
it. Confusing to some people.
The chicken crust.
Right.
It's actual chicken, and then how do you?
Yes. I'll tell you. I'll give you my secret. So we take cooked antibiotic hormone.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yes,
Okay, I'm here.
I add some eggs, cheese, a low-fat cheese to it, some spices, and then we rebake it again, and we cook it into a nice thin, I'd say 8-9 inch rectangle piece of chicken crust, and we put any kind of toppings you want on it. But again, it's another great alternative for holding a piece of food, eating it like a piece of pizza, but it's all protein.
Wow.
I'm in the process of figuring out the macros for menu. Yeah, I want to say it's almost 44 grams of protein, that dish. Yeah, but again, another great healthy alternative.
I think we have a picture of the chicken pizza as well, which you serve at Ripe in Delray. And if Ruby would throw that on the screen. Is that the chicken pizza?
There you go. That's one of them. That's the Texan right there.
Wow,
Yep,
all protein.
That's the Texan. Yep.
Now, at your restaurants, do you have the nutritional values on the menu? Like, can I see how many fats, what calories, and all that stuff are?
No, we actually just completed the having, unfortunately, more time with this pandemic. We just completed doing all the macros for our entire in-house menu for Foodz, and then we'll be working on doing this for Ripe as well.
Okay.
So all that information will be available very soon on the website.
Okay, because being Weight Watchers, I can eat at your restaurant, and I can eat at Rick and Chris's restaurant, and I can even eat at Skorpios restaurant. I can eat at any restaurant I want, but I like to know how many points is this dish going to cost me, whether it's the pasticcio at Skorpios or that chicken pizza or the cauliflower pizza or whatever. So that's really important to me. But
Foodz, we do list the calories. So all the calories are listed on the menu. It's just we're working on macros as far as the protein, fat, and carbs.
Perfect. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. And you made it out of the unthinkable after your Ripe restaurant in Delray opened just 9 months ago, and then March happened. But you're back.
We're dealing with all that, but the community has been great. Curbside has been helpful, so we're getting by.
Good.
Still feeding everyone, having a good time.
People, I have have you been talking to anybody who's gained the COVID-19? Are they coming to you going, "Oh my God, I've been eating for 2 months, help me"?
Yeah. And I haven't seen a lot of people, whether I'm in Foodz or Ripe, they come in, I'm like, oh my goodness, and you don't recognize anybody with the mask on, and then they take it off and you're like, oh my goodness, so I hear everybody's stories about how hard it's been, and I'm like, don't worry, we're here, we're open. Some people are back on the meal plan, especially now that more businesses and jobs, everybody's going back to work. So I think, slowly but surely everybody's getting back, to weekly routines, and it's a little bit easier for them. And, it's been rough for everybody, but regardless.
Well, I just want people to know that if you are looking for a healthy eating alternative, and healthy eating doesn't have to be boring. That Ripe and Foodz Cafe are here to help, and you have testimonial after testimonial on your websites about how there was one gentleman that lost like 50 pounds in 2 months, or 40 pounds in 2 months, because guys lose faster than us, and I hate them.
I know. So fair.
I was in such
But good for them.
desperation. I was in such desperation in 2018. I mean, my whole life. And I thought I'm never going to lose this. I'm never going to be able to do it, especially at age whatever I was at the time.
Right.
But it is possible, and you can actually satisfy yourself and not feel deprived. I want to show everybody a picture of the grilled cheese sandwich made with cauliflower bread. If Ruby can find that picture. Oh, hello.
There you go.
So we've all heard of the cauliflower crust. You took that same concept and you made bread out of it.
Correct.
Cheese in it.
Yes.
Are you using
So
a
that's our
low fat?
cauliflower bread grilled cheese.
Real cheese? Are you making,
Yes, we
is
use
it a low fat?
mozzarella, we use a low fat product.
Okay, wow. Okay. Well, I hope people will remember going to Fit Foodz Cafe. You guys are out on Clintmore Road in Boca. In what, is there a plaza that you're in?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What's the plaza?
Yes, it's in the Reserve Plaza where Publix is. Yes, I'm on the Starbucks side of the plaza.
And you are now doing the dine-in, so you're okay with that at 25%?
Mm-hmm.
And the meal plan. The meal plan is the other website, the Fit Foodz Cafe website, Ruby. If you're like me and you hate to cook, the meal plan is so important. There we go. Call, talk to Susan, talk to somebody else that works there, and they'll tell you how that meal plan works. But very, very affordable too. And if you stick with it, it works.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
try
have
to keep it affordable. Yeah. Yes, it does.
Before I let you go, we're going to just go through a couple more of the pictures, and then we'll say bye-bye, because I want you to see people to see how delicious and fresh this beautiful food is. I know there's a avocado. There we go. That's beautiful.
That's our avocado at Fit Foodz Cafe.
There's your meal plan.
Meal plan, yeah. And what's nice about the meal plan is everything in the black bottom containers can be frozen and microwaved too. So
excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
Oh.
That's our pad thai at Ripe in Delray.
And what kind of noodles is the pad thai made with?
Well, you get a choice of that particular dish is made with rice noodles, but we also give 2 other vegetable noodle butternut squash and the zoodles. And
look how filling that dish looks. Chicken is pure 100% protein, and vegetables are just, and that's why these millennials, these damn kids, that's why the millennials are so healthy, because the recipes have already been thought of for them. We didn't have them. We had mamas making us big meatballs, and we had to eat regular pizza. So no wonder we've been in hell. So there are delicious alternatives, and
they sushi and all that stuff that I never would have eaten as a kid. I mean, they're great eaters. My one niece loves fruits and veggies. I mean, the shift is totally different from when I was a kid, but I mean, it's great. Good for them. They're gonna, be healthier. So
exactly. Yeah, they won't have the struggle that we had our whole lives. My God. Anyway, Susan, congratulations from one woman business owner to another. I know what you've gone through in the last couple of months, and I mean, working 2 stores and the delivery service, and the meal plan. More power to you. I just want to make sure that everybody knows about you, because the shift is for eating healthy. So take care, and
thank you.
And I will tell people again the websites and your address, so they'll come and visit you and get healthy, get the COVID-19 off.
Yeah.
All right, take
Thank
care.
you. I appreciate everything.
All right, bye-bye. Ripe in Delray is at 15084 Lyons Road in Delray, and the Fit Foods Cafe is out at the Reserve Shopping Center on Clintmore Road. That's 9704 Clintmore Road in Boca. That's how I eat now. That's how I eat. That's how I've been able to go on 4 vacations and maintain 35 pounds. I still want to get another 10 off, but nothing's off limits. I love it. I get to eat pizza. All right. Hey, guess what? We're going late again. And so let's get to my next guest. Back about a year ago, I got a call from George Gossis, whose family owned Skorpios 2 on Lake Worth Road. We're up and going for decades. Great pasticcio, great spinach pie, best Greek salads. And George calls me and says, Taylor, guess what? We're selling the business. I'm like, you can't sell Skorpios. You can't do that. It's your family's business. They said, my mother's tired. She doesn't want to do it anymore. And so they said, George said, come on in. I want you to meet the new owner. Well, I fell in love with this guy the second I met him. We've remained friends this whole time. And I would like you to meet Chef Edgar Aguilar too, because he's going to become your friend as well. Chef, thank you so much for waiting. We always go late with our last guest, and hopefully.
Hello, it's Chef Edgar. No, just kidding. I think Edgar had to log back in because we lost the connection quickly, but I thought it would be a nice little surprise.
Maybe he had to work because I'm 20 minutes late once again.
No. He just logged in, but I think he lost his network or his connection quickly, so he's logging back in. We should be all set. But I wanted to make you laugh and. Ha
ha ha ha! That's Ruby. Ruby flies in and out every once in a while. She's doing all the stuff on the back, and I couldn't do it without her, and I couldn't do it without Judy either. Judy gets the guests and lines them all up. Ruby makes sure that we're all good on the day of the broadcast and leading up to, and it's a team effort. Okay, was that tap dance long enough? Is he here yet?
Not quite. So maybe in the meantime, do you want to announce our next special trivia that's going to happen?
We could do that, or we could actually bring Edgar back next week because we are going long as usual. What do you think about that?
I think it's whatever the lovely, brilliant Taylor Morgan decides. But I have no idea what happened. He was literally, I just texted him too because he was here. We were ready to go. And all of a sudden I said, wait, your camera's not connected. And then he disappeared. And you want to know why, Taylor? It's because the world is in the upside down.
The world is in the upside down. Anybody, did you watch Stranger Things?
I did.
Oh. I love that show. Are they coming back with the next? Is there another season coming?
I think so. I think there's like one left, I think. Oh, wait. I think we have Edgar back. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm going to disappear and I'm going to bring him on, okay?
Okay. Oh, there he is.
We're on.
Hey, Chef. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. You look like you're in Greece. Look at that wall.
I am.
Okay, you're at Skorpios 2 on Lake Worth Road. Now, I've always said this, the best things come in small packages, and the best restaurants are ones that you find off the beaten path, like in these little plazas, because really, that's where you know that the owner is in the back of the kitchen making this and that. And so that's how I discovered Skorpios 2 many, many, many years ago. And I became friends with Louise and George and Nick and everybody.
Right.
But when they called and told me that they were selling the restaurant, I was so sad. But after I met you, I was so happy. Because I knew that you were the right person to take over what was a family-owned business that had many, many years of loyal customers. How did that feel to you?
That was the attraction. that was the reason, that we acquired the restaurant, because the timeline that they had been here, and when you have a restaurant that has been owned by 25 years by the same owner, the same family, it says a lot.
Yeah, but you had some big shoes to fill. Did that ever concern you that the people might be like, "Oh, we're not going back because they're going to change everything"? Because people don't like change,
People don't like change, but they also like to give chances, and you
They
have to
do.
trust them. So, and just being in the corporate world, I knew that it was a challenge, definitely a challenge, going from the corporate world to a family-owned restaurant. However, I knew that people thrive in quality and service, and if you can do that, like, you'll survive. You'll survive.
How does corporate compare to family owned, in your opinion, having come from the corporate world? Or what restaurants were you at in corporate?
I worked for Grand Lux, which is owned by Cheesecake Incorporated. I worked for Darden's, Bahama Breeze, exactly. J. Alexander's, Houston. So pretty structured establishment. Very, very firm, and in that aspect that Houston's was very militaristic. You knew exactly where you needed to be at 6 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, and so that helped set a structure in my life and my routine, which is needed in the business overall. However, going to a family restaurant was definitely shaky. And, one of the biggest struggles that I had was, in the corporate world, you have an open checkbook. And going in a restaurant, you do not. You do not. It's completely different. So that was probably the biggest obstacle. And, if I would give a piece of advice to those that are going into or planning on going into business by themselves, is you gotta think of the stupidest thing that is going to cost you money, because it does.
I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show, Chef, but Rick and Chris from CR Chicks were saying they had no money at the beginning, and they said they have no money now either after 26 years. But because of that, they actually built their own furniture.
I did. I watched it.
People don't think of that. You got to cut corners, like all the way back, except when it comes to quality. The product.
Right. Quality, you never sacrifice. Even if you don't make any money on it. I in my menu, I have a few items that I, serve at over 50% cost, which in the corporate world, you would never do.
No.
Like, they look at you, they're like, what are you, crazy? You're giving, right. You're giving everything away.
For people who don't know, the food cost is normally around in the range of 30 to 33%. But you're saying that you're doing 50%. Is that for the lamb chops?
Lamb chops and octopus. Octopus is a very expensive product, and you waste a lot. So, but I am running a Greek restaurant. Taking lamb chops or octopus out of the menu is out of the question.
And that is one of the things that people are raving about, is the octopus. I am reading so many reviews about your charred octopus. I don't, for some reason, those little suckers, I don't know. I just can't do it.
Let me tell you, I have friends that drive all the way from Stewart to have our octopus, and they call me, do we have octopus? I'm like, yeah, they come down. They take that drive because it's really, really good.
What's different about it?
Well, one of the things that I never changed any of the recipes from the previous owners.
Right, good.
What I did was, if anything, I enhanced them because I use the same products. However, I will not serve a product that is not marinated for at least 24 hours. Our chicken breasts, the skewers, they have to marinate for 24 hours at least before we use them. I'd rather 86 them than serve them to anybody within a few hours of marination. That because it doesn't serve any purpose.
And I can imagine it's all wonderful tender and the way it should be. It's got your name all over it, right?
I'm sorry?
You want it perfect because it's got your name all over it.
It does. It does.
Yes. And you said something very important. And because when I met you, the first thing I said to George was, is he changing the recipes? That was a real concern to me. Because I always, I'm a creature of habit. I like what I like. And for me, for Skorpios, it's the lemon chicken soup. It's the Greek salad.
Yep.
And it's the spanakopita. Those are the three things. I pretty much, that's all I get. But I was so afraid that the recipes were going to change.
No, recipes are the same. I spent about 2 months with Luis and Nick and learned and wrote every recipe with them, and we kept every single item. And in their defense, they had really good recipes. Yes, they did. Really good recipes.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I was not enticed to change anything or take the attitude that I'm a corporate chef. I can do whatever I want. None of that. It is exactly the same recipes, and people notice that. People notice the consistency of the products.
It wouldn't have worked if you would change the recipes. You would have had to change the name because it wouldn't be the same restaurant.
I agree.
It would only be in the same location, and then you'd have to paint the walls because it's not the same restaurant.
No, it had the same charm that they had for the last 10 years. So this worked. Yeah,
but you have made a couple of changes. You brought in a little bit more wine. Is that correct?
Yep, I did. The previous owners only had Greek wine and house wine, and I just wasn't okay with it. So I like my wine, and I brought some Italian wines, and very, very flavorful wines. So that enhances this a little bit. I added a couple more appetizers as well, like smoked dip, Mediterranean shrimp, which we make our own sauce and our own marinade. So it's relatively popular.
And you also made a very popular dessert that is also Italian. And I don't know if you're still making it, but I know that once you bring out a sheet pan of it, you can't keep it in stock. Are you still making the tiramisu?
Of course, it's the #1 seller.
Isn't that funny?
Yep. It is really, really, really good.
It's the #1 seller over like the baklava or the Galaktoboureko?
It is #1 seller hands down. People call for it. It's the second best seller is Galaktoboureko, but the tiramisu takes it by far.
Now describe what the Galaktoboureko. Maybe it's because nobody can pronounce it, and that's why they're not ordering it. Tell people what that is.
Galaktoboureko. It is it's a Greek custard dessert. It's semolina flour, milk, and sugar, and it's thickened up and fold into with phyllo dough and baked. It's really simple to make, but it's really, really good. And it's an award winning on Bon Appetit magazine. So it's good stuff.
Yes, it was. It's very important. It was an award winner. Speaking of recipes, we're going to do a trivia question right now, okay? And awesome. We have a $25 gift certificate to Skorpios 2 in Lake Worth. And it's going to be for the first person that gets this answer right on either Facebook or YouTube. No matter where you are, get your typing fingers ready. And here's the question for $25 gift certificate to Skorpios 2, courtesy of Local Dine and Skorpios. This dish is made with layers of eggplant, ground beef, sliced potatoes in some recipes, and topped with a bechamel sauce. What is it? Spelling, don't worry about the spelling. Spelling doesn't count. This dish is made with layers of eggplant, ground beef. In some recipes, they do sliced potatoes and topped with a bechamel sauce. That's a white sauce. What is it? Spelling doesn't count. First person who gets it right will get a $25
Let's
gift.
get typing. Let's go.
And if Ruby's going to take care of finding the right person. And Gabrielle Smith!
We got it. Yeah.
Moussaka, which you guys make an excellent one. Do you do it with the potatoes or without the potatoes?
No, I do it with the potatoes.
Describe exactly, because I was just reading the thing. You know, moussaka and pasticcio are two like similar, like sheet, kind of lasagna-ish, casserole thing. Comfort food, Greek comfort food.
Yeah.
So why don't you just describe what the moussaka and the pasticcio are?
So the moussaka is normally is fried potatoes. I changed a little. I bake the potatoes.
Okay.
Slice them and I bake them so they're a little crisper.
Yeah, less greasy.
So I bake the potatoes. You lay them down in a sheet pan or a hotel pan, and it's a layer of potatoes, meat, eggplant, meat, 2 layers, and then you top it off with bechamel on top. And the meat is it's ground meat sauteed with onions, garlic, a bunch of goodies, cinnamon. It's really healthy stuff. Really healthy stuff, and that's really all that is. And bechamel is bechamel. It's just milk and flour.
I think we have a picture. I think we do. Ruby, if you could pull that up. It's like, it looks like a lasagna kind of thing. I don't know if I named it. I'm going to say, I don't even know if I think I put one up there. She's going to take a look. If not, let me just tell everybody right now, congratulations again to Gabrielle, who won the $25 gift certificate. If you didn't win this time, you can go on to localdines.com and then just search for Skorpios too. That's Skorpios.
That's right.
It'll pop up. And you can purchase I think we have a $25 gift certificate for, I believe we're selling it for $9.99. Take that, you get to save some money, you get to support a local restaurant, and everybody's happy. It's a win-win, right?
Beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. I don't think she can find these pictures. Throw up a different picture. We don't have it. Just put up any other picture. I just want to show somebody. Oh,
that's the pasticcio. The spinach pie.
Spinach pie, spanakopita, which is just insanely delicious. Let's go on to another one.
That's the octopus.
There you go.
That's a salmon, broiled salmon.
So this is the Mediterranean diet we're looking at. This is the Mediterranean diet.
And that's your tiramisu.
That's also Mediterranean, but it's not on a diet.
Right. Grape leaves.
Dolomades. Delicious. Stuffed with rice. And that was my personal Greek salad.
It's awesome. Looks great.
To go at my old house. And okay. Well, isn't that the moussaka in the back?
That's the moussaka. That's the moussaka and the spinach pie as well.
Yeah, spinach pie is in the foreground. The moussaka is in the background. Is that like a combo? It's a
that's a combo. That's a combo. Yeah.
Oh man, best of every world, right there. Oh, Jeff, I was supposed to go to Greece in September and I can't go because of this whole stupid mess. I'm so bummed out.
Isn't that great?
But the best thing is that I could just get in the car and drive down Lake Worth Road, just a little bit north of Jog, a little bit west of Jog, and I could find you.
That's right. Homemade stuff.
And okay, so you've got 2 little rooms, one in the front, a bigger room on the side. Are you doing the 50% yet, or are you still at 25% occupancy?
50%.
You're doing 50%?
Absolutely.
And how are your guests? Are they okay? And they're feeling good?
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of them are feeling great. you have one extreme, and you have the other. Some people don't really want to even wear masks, and some people don't even want to get out of their car. So
Yeah.
we do curbside delivery, and we also provide service inside.
Okay. Got any specials we should know about for this week?
I'm sorry.
Any specials we should know about for this week?
Not really. Just we're open for business.
That's special, especially with
That is
everything
special.
going on now. We're in the upside down.
That's right. We're at the other side, I think.
And seriously, Chef, you opened in April of last year, or you took over in April of last year. That's correct, right?
That's correct.
So I mean, April, for those who don't know, that's the last good month of season.
That's the best month of the season.
That's the best month. And then you come out and you have to go through off season, which is so difficult. And then you have about 3 good months or 4 good months again. That it was ruined this time because of COVID-19. But the fact that you have been able to firmly plant yourself into the community, and they have embraced you because they know that you haven't changed things, manipulated those tried and true recipes. You kept tradition, so you were able to keep alive, and that's why
Alive is correct.
alive. And this is the time where we not just because restaurants' doors are open doesn't mean that everything is hunky dory. This is just the beginning. Now we really, really, really have to go out and support local restaurants, and that's why I'm doing this show, so they can move here, see the food.
I thank you so much, because I think that we need more of these opportunities to really show the locals that we're also local.
Exactly. You and your wife, and you have a toddler, right?
I do.
How old?
5-year-old.
5? Oh, that's such a great age.
Yes.
And it's a boy, right?
Yes.
What's his name?
Mateo. Matteo.
Mateo. Oh, well, hugs to Julia and hugs to Mateo, and socially distant hugs to you.
Yes. Hugs for everybody.
And we wish you, we're gonna help. We're gonna help you get through the summer. Edgar and I are working on something else too. Tell you about that later.
That's right.
And thank you so much for taking the time. Thanks for getting back online with us. We really appreciate you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. And thanks to everyone that is watching.
Keep up the great work, Chef. Keep up the great work.
Take care. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Chef Edgar Aguilar. Skorpios, too, took over about a year ago from the Goss's family and has done a great job. And they're located on Lake Worth Road, just west of Jog, on the north side of the street, and in a tiny little shopping plaza. But you'll see the big Skorpios sign. If you know about Skorpios, you know exactly where it is. If you don't know about Skorpios, you got to go check it out. Good things come in these great little small packages. I love it. My name's Taylor Morgan. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, we're going late. Once again, Ruby probably has to go do something right now. She's going to kill me. Check out localdines.com. There's tons of restaurants there. You want to support local, go check out my website. You'll be supporting, I'm local too. You'll be able to support a whole bunch of local restaurants all in one fell swoop. You'll be able to save money, and you'll be able to find new places to go. Okay. Next week, we've got Don Ganem from Juno Beach Cafe, and his wife, his daughter Terry, and we've got other people. We don't even know who they are yet. I don't know. Kind of make it up as we go along. Anyway, it's time to get back to the normal world. Thank you very much for spending this hour and a half with me. And please be safe until we eat again. Be safe. This has a whole new meaning now. Be healthy and support local. Bye-bye.